Hello, 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 everyone. Say hi when you pop in. And I'll see if I can find this on the Facebook. There it is. Oops, let me turn that down. Hello from the garage. Just about done here. Okay, whoops, that was dumb. All right. Let me get this over here. So hello, hello everyone. Happy Thursday. It feels odd still to marble on Thursdays, but we'll talk about that a little bit later before I go. I hope everyone had a wonderful day. And if you don't mind sprinkling this video out, that would be fantastic. I've been so busy since I walked in from work. I had some things to finish to get prepped for this. I tried to eat a little bit, and here we are, we made it. So we have a bunch of stuff we're gonna marble tonight. But first, I wanna introduce myself if you're new. My name is Linda Anderson. I own Aqueous Silk LLC, and I'm a water marbling artist and all-around crafter. So tonight we're gonna be marbling some paper and some different pieces of cloth. And I wanna show you first, before we get started, some of the paper that I marbled last time, because we're gonna try a technique tonight. So I'm not sure how well this is gonna come across on camera. But can you see this? Oh yeah, you can see the lines in that. Can you see the lines? It looks like the paper is, you know, kind of rolling. That is, this is called, and now I went to say it and it totally disappeared out of my brain. But this is a technique that you can do in marbling. I am not the best at it. I try it whenever I think about it, but usually I've just marbled my last sheet and then I think about it. So I have 2 sheets of paper tonight to marble, and I'm gonna try it with both of them. Something wave, it's a something or other wave. I have to think about the Italian wave, something, I don't remember, but it looks like the paper is rolling. So it's really kind of cool. So I need to grab some newsprint. Find a place to put it. All right, so I will turn you so you can see we're in the garage and I have my scarf tank out. I don't have an extra set of hands here today, so we can't do scarves. Excuse me, but we're gonna use the entire length of the tray. So hold on one second. So I think you can see most of it right there. Let me scoot this back ever so slightly. Okay, that'll be pretty good. You can see most of it. I need something that's directly overhead. This tank is 80 inches long. Thank you, Pat. And so I use my scarves are 14 by 72, so that gives me plenty of room to be able to shift either way if I need to. So what I'm going to do is take a piece of newsprint and clear the surface. I have my bottles under the table that I normally, that I put my water in, and I spend a lot of time kicking them when they're there. Oh, and I did just remember one thing that I didn't bring out. Gosh darn it. I was so proud of myself. Let me see if I have one out here. There's not one out here, so let me run in the house. I need to get a tool to move the paint around. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. My very expensive tool was necessary. Now, bugs are already getting in here. Just move it out of the way. All right, so let's get busy. So, do we have any, I'm going to fill the entire tank with paint, even though we don't have any scarves, because I'm going to put down a whole bunch of, hi Shelly, welcome. Good to see you, friend. I'm going to put down a lot of my little strips, because as I've said, I have a big project I'm working on. So, I thought this would be the most efficient way to get everything marbled. So if you have any color combinations you'd like to see, please let me know. I think I'll go ahead and just get started with some. Just have to figure out what I want. We're going with blues. I think maybe I'll put in a little bit of yellow. All right, so here we go. So how was everyone's day? You know, I was going to try my headphones again, and I forgot. Again. I was rushing around so much tonight when I got home that I didn't even think about it. So I hope you all had a wonderful day. Mine wasn't, it was okay. I wanted to be here working on fun things rather than working for work, but you know how it goes. Somebody has to make the money to pay the mortgage. My husband is with my youngest daughter tonight, and I am so jealous. So I'm just putting this paint, this is acrylic paint that I'm dropping onto the surface of the water. The water has been thickened with some seaweed powder, just ever so slightly. I'm used to using that small hat tank, and this seems like it's going to take forever to fill. I used to do this all the time. But it's been a minute since I've had this out. I just want to get a good base down here. So there's that, and as you know, I like to go darkest color to lightest color. I am so excited. This is the first time since before my leg injury that I've worn my marbled sneakers. They're slip-ons, and I have a very high instep anyway, and so they were always difficult for me to get on, and with a swollen foot, which I still have to some extent, it was just a no-go. It was not happening. And today I just grabbed them really quick and put them on, and my feet are in them. I'm so excited. Thought I needed something. I couldn't come out here barefooted. I learned something new last week. I learned that when I thin my paint, I should use distilled water. I've just been using drinking water, but I was listening to someone speak about paints, and they said using distilled water will extend the life of the paint. I have not still received a good answer on the life. You know, what does that mean? How long is that generally? But I am still learning. After all this time, I am still learning about all this. Come on. Just getting these little, you know, you have to slow down when you marble, and that is so difficult for me sometimes, especially after rushing around like I was right before I came on live. Come on, a couple more drips. All right, how's that look? I think maybe I'll put in just another few drips of this darker blue. Not a ton. I see a bubble. We don't like bubbles. Let me make sure my volume is up. I know it's a little echoey out here. Yeah, it is. Sorry for my hand up there. So there's the bubble. Okay. So we are just going to freestyle this right now. Oh, good, Shelley. I'm glad you had a great day. Hi, June. Just freestyling. And I'm going to move this paint around probably a lot more than I normally would at this, doing a freestyle. The pieces that I'm marbling are just strips of fabric. They're 3.5 inches wide by 12 inches long, and so there's not a lot of room to see the pattern. If it's great big, it just looks like blocks of color. So I'm trying to do smaller lines. They have turned out, so far, the ones that I've sewn, and I'm not going to tell you what it is until later, after they've gone to where they're going. But I have some of them sewn, and they look pretty good. I was pleased. So I am just moving this paint around any old way I want to. I love doing circles and S's. You'll probably see me comb a lot of my designs tonight. And then I have a special order for some masks, some face masks. And so I have to get those done tonight. And then I'm also going to marble the fabric for the inside of my binder that I covered. Get that done tonight. The binder turned out okay. There was a little bit of bubbling of the fabric on the spine of the binder. But for my first try, it's not terrible, and it's for me, so learning, always learning. Oh, I really like that right there. I wonder, you guys hear the neighbor's dog barking? It's warmed up, so they're out a little bit more. And they like to say hello to everyone that walks by. Sometimes the birds. The birds sit in the tree in their yard, and they'll get their little bodies in there and tails just a-going, barking at those birds. Just what they're trained to do. Yeah, I thought, oh great, I have my scarf tank out. I'll do some scarves tonight too, but no, I need an extra set of hands to do that. Okay, we're almost ready to start printing the first ones. This has 6 gallons of water in this tank. It probably could use a little bit more. I usually have like closer to 9 gallons in here, but it'll do. I only had 2 3-gallon bottles mixed up, so that's what we get. We are almost there. Try not to drag the skewer on the bottom of the tank. It just gives you a more fluid motion. All right, so now let's see how many strips of fabric I can get in here. One. There's 2. I I need an assistant to hand me the strips of fabric. 3. Ooh, I might be able to get 5 of them across. 4. I will. Yay! I'll go on the other side so my head doesn't get in the way. And I apologize for missing your comments, but it's very hard for me to do this and read comments. So if I miss them, I apologize. All right, there's the first row. And I have to be careful not to get my fingers wet. Oh, that's another thing I forgot to bring was a towel. I bet my husband has one out here. I'm gonna need one when I clear the tank. But if my fingers are wet, I cannot touch the fabric. Because if it gets wet before it goes onto the water, it won't marble. Okay, there's 10 in there. Well, there will be. This is a good way to knock them out. I think I could get 6 or so in the hat bin. I don't remember exactly how many. Thanks, Joni. We're gonna see how many of these little strips I can get in one tank. This is the tank you used, Joni. I think this one will be pretty when it comes out of the tank. And see you can see the design on each piece, which is what I wanted. That's why I wanted a smaller line. Wanted to make sure I moved the paint enough. Last night when I was setting the tables up and getting the tank out, I haven't done any of that since prior to my injury, and so it was making me very nervous that my husband wasn't here. And I was moving ladders and, you know, walking around things because he has a lawnmower torn apart on the other side of the garage. And I was just like, oh, be careful. I was very cautious moving around. I'm usually not someone who's afraid of falling or anything, but since I fell, that changed my mind. All right, we almost have 20 pieces in here. Hot dog. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no, I guess we have, 4 times 5 is 20. See, and I didn't even take my shoes off, and I got that answer right. Math is not my thing. So as I'm putting these down, be thinking about what we should do for the next colors. I need to buy some more fluorescent pink. I'm out of it, and I just always love to use that. forgot to go change my clothes. I was so busy. I didn't even take my coat off for a while. I was running in and out and bringing the lights out and bringing the paints out. It did warm me up though doing that. So is anybody keeping track of how many I have? Yeah, you might be able to get 2 more in here. No, it's only going to be 1 more. Just not quite wide enough. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 31 in each tray. Woo, woo. All right, let's start taking them out to see what we get. Oh, is it 36? See, I told you I'm not good with math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 times 5 isn't 6 times 5 30? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh well, it doesn't matter. We've got a bunch of them. That's all that matters. So there's 1. And there won't be much wasted paint at all tonight. I know the lighting isn't perfect. I've got my lights out here, but yeah, I know it's hard for me to see them, and I'm right here. I don't think my drying rack's going to be big enough for all of these. I'll have to take them out of their Ziploc baggies, you know, so many at a time. And I'm just putting them right in the fresh water to rinse off the excess paint. Oh, that's a pretty one. Look at there. The excess paint in any of the size that comes off with it. Hi, Joanne. How are you? Oh, they're all so unique. I get so excited. I still love doing this. And if you are new, I do offer a book that's kind of a general, just how-to, just general. I can't tell you what these are for yet. It's for something specific and something big. Yes, this is fabric. It's a big project that I have. I can tell you about it later. It'll be a couple months though. It's going to take me several months to get it done. That's why I decided to use the big tank, because I can really knock some of these out quickly. Oh, they're so fun. Oh, I love them. Takes me a minute to get them all put down and taken out, but it's worth it. So this is just cotton fabric, acrylic paint, water. Look at it, it's going to be so easy to clean up. That was a pretty one. Now I'm going to definitely need a towel. Just when I think I've thought of everything. I have been walking a lot up and down the stairs, up to my studio and back, and then carrying the water and carrying this bucket of water and stuff really gives my knee a workout. And my knee hasn't been hurting, but it's been very, very stiff. And I just can't believe that every little thing like that impacts the way it feels. Doesn't hurt, it just feels different and stiff. And all right, there they all are in the rinse water. I'm just moving them around a little bit. Let me grab a bag. Where'd I put them? There they are. And my reused bags, I rinse them out after each session and I reuse them. I actually got myself some warm water here. I didn't realize that I had turned it on warm when I was filling the bucket. All right, now I need to pull my sleeve up. All right. Bag number 1. So now I need a towel. Oh, hey, I have one right here. Come out of there. There we go. I'll just use this big towel. I haven't had all of my booth stuff out in so long. My table, my towels. All right, hands are dry. So now let's put down the newsprint. So today was my one of my coworkers, her Friday. She's taking tomorrow off. And so I greeted her this morning with Happy Friday for you, and then all day long, I kept thinking it was Friday. I'm just like, ugh. After I was sitting there just pulling my hair out, and then go, oh, at least it's Friday, and then I'd remember, no, it's not my Friday. Okay. Just want that newsprint right up against the edge. And when I start thinking about this, each and every piece that I pull out of this tank, I then have to press like 4 times and then sew, and whew, it's going to be fun. So does anyone have anything fun they're going to do this weekend? I think I will probably be sewing. All right, let's get the trash can over here. It's so nice to, oh, you know what I could do? Oh, I don't have any paintbrushes. I was gonna say I can do the stones pattern since I'm out in the garage. And all of my brushes are in the house. All right, there we go. So we are ready for round 2. What color combinations? Nothing. You don't have any plans either? I love being able to stay home on the weekends. All right. Nobody has any thoughts on color. How about purple and light purple? How's that sound? Whew. Needed a drink. So as usual, I start with white. You know, we should do one of these that's not starting with white. As you move along, you see it gets slower and slower. By the time it's to the end, it will need to breathe. The bottle will. All right. Yes, I love pink too. I try not to do everything pink. It's hard for me. The purple is big because I'm not a purple fan. Purple and yellow are and orange. I'm not a fan of orange either. So now I'm dropping paint down here, and I do see can you see this? There's a little bit of blue floating. It got, what little bit was there got pushed over to that corner, so I was able to get it out. Need a new paper towel. Yeah, not a lot. Actually, I know a lot of people who don't care for pink. I have a lot more, or I did when I was doing shows, a lot more people asking for purples than pinks. Which I just thought was just unusual. Everybody has to like pink, right? Hey, Bubbles. There we go, and here's another one. All right. Now the purple. I have to admit, that's awfully pretty. And it's just right. The way it's spreading is just, woo, perfect. I think I'll add a little bit more up here. We want color. We don't want it all just white. Okay, now we'll add the light purple. This looks very pink, but it is lavender. Yeah, it's permanent violet dark. So it is purple. Let's see. Let's put in some of this other purple too. Gray. Oh, gray would be pretty in there, wouldn't it? Should I add this purple or gray? Can you tell? I know the lighting stinks in here, guys. I'm sorry. Do we have any opinions? Give me thumbs up for gray and hearts for purple. No opinions. Gray. Gray. Okay, there's two grays. Gray. And then there's three purples and another gray. Excuse me, guys. We're tied. Oh, now we're on the purple again. Why don't I do both? How about that? We can do both. Then we don't have to decide. Oh, this is so much fun to drop this much color. Okay, now we'll get the gray. Okay, I'm going to come back in with a little bit of that darker purple. I'm just going to drop it right in the gray spots. Look at, the tank is full enough that the purple doesn't have a lot of place to push. All right, there we go. There's three purples and a gray. I love gray with a lot of colors. Okay, so now I am going to comb this design. So we start off just going back and forth. This is very, to me, I kind of get into a rhythm and just rock back and forth. Oops, bubble. We don't like those. Oh, I'm still hungry, guys. I'll have to have a snack after I get everything all cleaned up and put away this evening. We had kind of cloudy weather today again. It was kind of sunny, kind of cloudy. It looked really dark for a while. I don't know if it rained today or not. We had frost, a heavy frost and fog this morning. It's so funny. I love it. It makes me want to get my camera out when you see the fog hanging or the steam rolling out of the freshly tilled ground. I live in a farming community, and so I drive by tons of fields every day. and the steam is just rolling up out of the ground, and it just kind of hangs right at the ground level. It's so cool. All right, we're almost to the end. A couple places this morning it was quite heavy fog, but it didn't last long at all. It was kind of just in pockets. All right, there's part of that done. A little bit narrow. My poor old beat up tool. Missing teeth and everything. Trash can. All right, so it'll be a little different down here. So should I swirl this upper part or should I leave it? What do you think? You know my opinion if you've watched it any length of time at all. All right, put that aside. So should I swirl this? I'm not going to swirl where I wiggled it back and forth. Swirl. There's one swirl. Anybody else having a thought? No? Okay, here we go. I'm going to swirl. And I'm not going to do curly cues because I have, you know, just those strips. I guess I could do some small ones. I don't want to swirl out all of the design, just put a little more motion in there. I can speak, honestly I can. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, let's get I almost said the paper, but I mean the cloth in here. I need a second set of hands to hand me the little strips. Thanks, Shelley. You know, this is just after a rough day at the office. This just puts me in such a better mood. I'm so thankful you're here for me to talk to while I work. Oh, you know what I've been doing lately? Thank you, Tammy. How are you? I have been at my lunch break. I've been listening to audiobooks. Oh my gosh. I'll sit there and either bling or crochet or something and listen to the books. I get totally wrapped up in what I'm doing. And the hour just flies by. Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't been getting a lot of my notifications. I had to go back in and turn them back on for a couple that I know I had turned on before. I used to get all the time. The book face is up to shenanigans again. It's so fun to do this. Plain old white fabric is going to not be plain old white fabric when I get done. I was thinking about bringing my ironing board downstairs because it's up in my studio and sitting there and doing my pressing in front of the TV, just sitting there instead of standing, just looking at the wall for all of these. But it would be kind of difficult. I'd need to have, okay, here we go in the other part. Yay! I love that. It'd be kind of hard to carry that ironing board down. I do have a small one I could use at the table, at the kitchen table. Carry that down and hold on so I don't tumble down the stairs. Oh, and you guys, I'm so proud of myself. I've been going downstairs like a little child. You hold on and you step down. It is irritating. Thank you, Tammy. You step down and then you bring the other one down and then you step down again. Just one at a time instead of normal. And this week, I think it was not yesterday, but the day before, I did a normal, the bottom two stairs, I came down normal. I have such a fear. It's all in my head. All in my head. I have such a fear of falling that there's no reason why I can't do it right, except for the fact that my when I'm holding on and the good foot's or the bad foot's down, my other foot does not want to come off the floor. So I'm working through all that. It's just amazing how one little incident like that can mess with your mind, not only your bones, but your mind. Just put my knuckle in the paint. Now this one will be completely different because the design will be going a different way. All right, there we go. So let's see how they look. Drum roll, please. Hi, Angie. How are you? I haven't got to see one of your lives in a while, and that's the one of the ones that I was not getting notifications for. I had to go back on, and am I even holding these up to where you can see them? Oh, that gray was a great choice, and I like the other purple I added too. So beautiful, beautiful. Oh, it feels so good to be back in the groove, guys. I do believe, watch my page. Thank you. Yes, it would help a lot. I believe I'm going to start back on Monday marbling. I've got some ideas of what I want to marble already for Monday, so be watching for that. I want to get back on my normal schedule. I may not do craft night, and I may not marble every Monday. I can't tell you what the project is. It's just, this is strips of fabric. I do have an idea that I'm working on for them. It's a big project, but I can't tell you what it is yet. Oh, this is so pretty. I wish I could hold each and every one of them just up there so you could examine them. Oh, and look at these with the wiggles in it. Oh, so pretty. How fun is that? That's one of the places that had the oh, look at there. Look at that. Hi, Roxanne. How are you? Thank you for being here, everyone. See, I need my husband to get home so he can help me with the bucket duty and the handed me fabric duty. And here's the one that goes the other way. Okay. I'm just moving the cloth around in the bucket a little bit just to rinse it off. Get another recycled bag. Each one of these, when I take them out of the bag, I rinse them again. By the time I'm done rinsing one bag full over the bathtub, my back is going to feel it. I can tell you that. All right. So there's bag number 2. We have 62 of them. I feel like I'm making some progress. All right. Get my hand dried off so I can touch the newsprint. I must say, it's very nice to have warm water for a change. Usually I'm rinsing in cold water, especially if I'm out here. All right. Put the newsprint down. It's also very, very nice not to waste very much paint. Not that I use that much per design. This cleaned out. I have a good idea for the next colors unless somebody has something in mind. Could you see that dry spot right there? I don't know if it showed on camera, but that meant there was an air bubble under there. And I just pushed it right out. All right. Yep, I will do, I always do that. I have one project to do tonight for the face mask that I have to try to match to a logo as best as possible, looking at it on my phone, from her phone. Now when I pulled that newsprint up, I saw a little bit of purple swirl right out here. So some has escaped its confinement on the paper. So I need to drag it. Over the bucket. All right, that looks pretty good. So as I said, we're going to do, I have other paper, 2 sheets of paper and some cloth, the masks, and then the inside of my binder to do yet. After I get the mask, or I mean the I guess we'll just use these 3 colors. And what I'm going to do, I'll use the yellow first instead of white. Hopefully there's enough in there. Oops, bubbles, bubbles. And can you see this spot right here? That is some of the purple that's sunk. I do have another yellow, but I don't know if the yellows would look good. This yellow has a very green undertone. Ooh, I could use green. Should I use yellow and green? What do you think? Should I use the yellow and green or yellow and orange? I always forget about green for some reason. No? 2 John Deere. Oh, yeah, that's probably true. I hadn't thought of that. Good thinking. All right, here comes the orange. And I will come in and add some white. Is there another color you think that would look good on here with this grouping? Red, I don't want to use red because it's going to come out pink. If I'm going to use red, I have to use red first. My other, I have another orange, but it is empty. Okay, let's use a little bit more orange. Let's try this one. This one is kind of like a orange sickle. Look at it, drip, 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 super fast, and then it stops. And I just sprinkled paint all over my face and my arm. I know you can't really tell a lot. It's going to be a very pale color. So that probably did little to no good. So let's come back with I accidentally mixed, it was a peach color, and I accidentally mixed 2 of them together. I had a special request for some peach, and so I mixed it and used it, and then somehow, I don't know what I did, but I mixed another one in that I thought was peach, but it was not. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it looks like an orange sickle to me. I think maybe let's try some red down first, next one. So I'm going to comb this one again, and I think I'll go back and forth for the whole thing when I comb. Because I just had so much fun doing that. You know, I was on my way home, knowing I needed to, do this tonight, and I was thinking, oh, I'm so tired. How am I going to get it done? Oh, my goodness. And now I'm just all keyed up and ready to go. Which means when I do go to bed tonight, I will not sleep once again. When I'm creating in the evenings, my ideas start rolling, and then my head won't shut up when I'm trying to sleep. Oh. And it always makes it so painful when the alarm goes off at 5 a.m. And I go to bed around between 10:30 and 11, and then I lie there and look at the clock every 10 minutes until nearly 1 o'clock. So needless to say, on a Saturday, I sleep in, and then I get up, and if I'm not doing something, if I sit down on the couch and don't have a project, or if I'm just scrolling through Facebook, I will drop my iPad because I will fall asleep. My husband's always harassing me. You're sleeping over there? I'm like, no, not me. This is going to be pretty too. I do like all, should I put some light gray in here? It's not too late. No, I don't think I will. All right, there's that. Okay, I have the comb in. Oh, that looks so cool. The color is amazing. And it doesn't look that vibrant on the screen, but it truly is. Wait until I pull the pieces of fabric out. I guess I have to put them in before I take them out. Let me grab a drink of water. And here we go. My one brand of paint, that paint line, they just introduced a couple new fluorescent colors. I have not purchased them yet. The one vendor that carried them here locally, well, Michael's does some of them, but not all the paints. And the other one, the store closed. Yeah, it is quite a bit to get it all set up. And as you know, I never remember to get all my things together. I don't mind setting it up. It's the taking it down that always seems to take forever. But I have to order a lot of my paints online. And I'm just so impatient. And I'm always trying different paints too, so I can get, if I can get something local. That's kind of like with my papers. I want something that if I'm out, I can just run down to the store and get some. I have a hard time getting to the art store because they close at 5 o'clock. And if it's on a Saturday, I really don't want to go clear into Boise again. Boise's about 40 miles from where I am. So I have to go there 5 days a week. Sometimes we'll go in and do something on a weekend, but for the most part, I'd rather not. Sometimes I try to stop. We get out of work sometimes early on Fridays. And so if I have nothing to rush home to do, then I will stop at the art store on Fridays. I could just wander in there for hours. And now that I've gotten into paint pouring, It just makes me want to have all the paints, all the everythings, because I love it. Did everyone see the Idaho that I paint poured last night? Yeah, I did not mix the copper correctly, and none of it even hardly shows. If you look really hard, I can find one little bit. But I'm pretty happy with the rest of it. I learn so much every time I pour, and it's just a blast. Yeah, I would like to be able to work only like 3 days a week, and then that would give me more time, obviously, to do this, but to, you know, do the things like I need to do, look for paper, and because I'm a touchy-feely kind of person. I want to feel the paper. I want to feel if it's going to be the right, if I think it might work for what I need. Since they messed up my rice paper, still makes me angry. I bought that $35 book of pad of paper, and I can't do anything with it. Just disintegrates. I was sitting there after it. So I wasted several sheets trying to prep it for marbling, and I thought, well, maybe I can just spray it and then let it dry and then use it. But then I thought, well, that's stupid, because as soon as it touches the water here, it will disintegrate. So I'm still not happy that I spent that much money on paper I can't use. I'll think of something for it. After using paper all day long, I don't mind using my marbled paper, but regular paper doesn't excite me very much. I do like making cards, though. Those are fun to put together. And I do have some ideas for that. Okay, one more. Well, that's 93 that we've accomplished today. And I have just a tiny little stack more. Okay, get the rinse bucket back over here. Let's see how these came out. Yeah, the peachy color or orange sickle does not look like anything. It just looks like white. Maybe when it's dry, it'll show a little better. I knew it was going to be very pastel. They're really pretty in the bucket. And it's so fun. Can I just do this all day, every day? Please? Thank you, Tammy. Again, if I miss your comments, I am so sorry. Tomorrow, after I get off work, I am taking myself for a pedicure. So I can hardly wait. I haven't had one in months. And I do such a bad job with my feet anymore. There used to be a time I would sit down and watch Monday Night Football, and I'd give myself a manicure every Monday. I had beautiful nails. That was before children, before, you know, when you had to put your hands in paint all the time and help the kids do a project. And so it was like, wow, That was really a life of luxury, and I didn't even realize it. Look how pretty that one is. Can you see it? Hi, Juanita. How are you? We're marbling strips of fabric today. They're all so unique. That's what I love about them. All of these are going to be the same colorway, but they're all different. And this one has a ton of yellow, just a little bit of orange. Oh, this is so fun. Almost. 6 more to get out of here. I need to order myself some more fabric. I get it in like 10 and 20 yards at a time. And I just cut the last of it up this weekend. Oh, look at that one. I can't tell you what the project is. It's just a bunch of strips of fabric for now. I'll tell you. Oh, hi, Eva. I'm so sorry I missed seeing you. Have a good evening. I can't tell you what the project is right now. I will share it later after they're all done and delivered. There we go. All right, another baggie. Let's fill it up. Just moving that around a little bit, help get some of the excess paint off. Definitely a handful of pretty. All right, that's all of them. Oh, I tell you, if I rinsed all 93 of those, well, plus what I'll do in the next tank, in one shot, oh, my back would die. All right. Hand is dry. The Wall Street Journal fits so well in this tank. Make sure all the bubbles are out from underneath. Just want to make sure that newsprint is right up against the edge, because the edges like to hold a little bit of paint. Okay, now. Oh, that didn't tear well. All right, let's get this last little bit. see some, what was fast, Tammy? I wish the comments would stay up on my iPad like they do on my phone. Doesn't it feel like this is going quickly though? Beat 6 at a time. Okay, let's just swipe it. I can tell that the water level in my tank has gone down. Every time I clean it, I pull out water, and so I can tell. That means I'm going to need to mix new water. Not one of my favorite tasks, but a necessary one. There's some yellow right there. Okay. Get these bubbles popped it down here. Get my hands dry, and now we need to pick colors yet again. Oh yeah, I was going to try something with green, wasn't I? All right, how about this? Green, blue, and gray. Is that okay? Mint green, light blue, and dark purple. I know, Tammy, isn't it fantastic? I don't really have a mint green. So these are the greens I have. These two seem very, very close together. This one has a little bit more yellow in it. And then this is a dark green. This has a lot of blue. Should I do the dark green and a light blue and white? Or should I try all the greens together? And a little bit of light gray, maybe. What do you think? I need to figure out the combination to make a mint green. Shall we do a light gray base and put the greens on that? Let's do that. This is my light gray. Oh yeah, I know it's my call, but it's nice to have a little bit of encouragement and second opinions. I keep saying I'm going to put together, you know those swatches if you're on Pinterest and they have all the different color combinations that are, you know, frequent. I keep saying I'm going to put some of those together and, you know, make little samples so I know, and write on it so I know which colors are which. But I'm a little too, come on, drop out of there. I'm a little too off the cuff for that, I think. I like to look at it. Come on. There's paint in there, it's just not dropping out. It's just not coming out. I can hear it in there. There we go. Look at that. I'm squeezing it and it's not coming out. What the heck? Okay, Tammy. I don't have any droppers out here. Well, I don't see the tip filled. All right, we're going to do this. Because this is ridiculous. Woo, I poured it. You're going to see a spot when I clean this tank, you're going to see where that sunk, right where I poured it. Oops, I did it again. Okay, we're putting the lid back on now. Okay. So now we'll use this dark green. Ooh, that one says, no, I don't want to play tonight very well. We'll just use a little bit of that. See, it's not even spreading out, hardly. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put his little lid back on. I'm going to thin it down just a little bit. I brought out my distilled water. That is pretty green though. So let me shake it up, create all kinds of bubbles that I hate. Yeah, it didn't seem to make much of a difference yet. I'll just get it in here. There's a couple things I can do when the paint is like this. It might need a little more encouragement to spread. I may have mixed this and haven't used it since I mixed it. All right, so now we'll do this green. Now look at that one take off. This one needs no encouragement. Okay, and now this green. Well, look, those are just almost the same. And neither, those last two greens I used were not labeled, so technically they could be the same green. I finally got smart enough to know to label my greens, or all my colors. I started labeling them so I knew what they were, and when I mix them again, I kind of keep notes of what everybody needs, because they all need something different. All right, there's our greens and our gray. This is the one I really want to use. I wish it wasn't empty. Okay. So now I'll try to let's comb it again, simply because of there's not a ton of paint in here, and that will give us the most amazing designs. I keep dragging this on the bottom. Do you see it jump? Do you see the design jump when I hit the bottom? That's why I try to keep it off of the bottom. Back and forth, very calming, very relaxing. And remember, the background of this is light gray, it's not white. Okay. So acrylic paint floating on the water and making fun designs with it. Now this time I'm not going to swirl it. It's very hard for me to not swirl it because I love the swirled designs so much. But it can't be always all about what I want. I have to shake it up a little bit. I've been marbling. Can you see the colors on my hand? I have yellow and green and purple and gray. So now let's just put the cloth down. See if we run out of strips. Whew, just about dropped one on the ground. That would not be good. And we still have our Spanish wave. That's what it is, Spanish wave to try. Now look, I think this is a piece here, if you can see it, of the poly cotton. Thank you, Juanita. Ramona, we're still live. Thank you for being here. My head's in the way, I know, I apologize. So while I'm waiting for more fabric to arrive, I will have plenty of sewing to do. Lots of sewing, lots of pressing. This could be really pretty. Oh, that's odd. Either way, Ramona, I appreciate that you're here. All right. See, some of these, you can tell when I lay the poly cotton down versus when I lay down the 100% cotton. See, that was 100% cotton. Do you see how fast that took that paint? We are going to finish up the strips in this tank. Again, I will be going live Monday night. I have some fun projects lined up. You know what I need is somebody who wants to come and take photographs of my stuff so I can list them on Etsy. I love taking photographs, but not of product. See, that one's a poly cotton. So fun. I can tell the difference. And that one's cotton. The other one is still taking paint, and that cotton one is completely done. All right, the last strip. So darn it, that's all going to be wasted. Because I don't think you can see, maybe you can. Let's see if I have enough room to do. No, I need 2 sheets of this, so I can't do it on that excess. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and put down a piece of newsprint and start soaking that up as I'm pulling these out. And it doesn't even fit. All right, fine. Let's just pull the fabric out. So let's see, we had 93, so there's 103, 113, 14, 15, 16. 116 of these, oh, I would love that, Ramona. I have 116 strips today. And you can tell that's gray. Even though it's pale gray, you can see it on my end. I know it's not coming across well on camera. Yeah, I've been itching to get my camera out, my big camera, but not to shoot product with. And getting the lighting right and all of that. I like being outside. I love taking, thank you, Juanita, photographs of, my favorite is macro photography, super close up, of flowers and grasses and wheat and those colors look pretty good together, if I do say so myself. Yeah, these are going to be pretty. Once it dries, you'll be able to see the gray a little bit more. Yeah, that's nice. Now, who wants to come and press 103 of these? Thank you, Diana. 103 strips. I have to press them and press them again and then sew. Sewing's easy though. Well, pressing's not hard, that's for sure. Yeah, I wish you could see the gray. Can you see that it's gray? I don't know if it comes through very well. I'm glad I didn't use a darker gray. Okay, into the bucket they're going. And look at that design trying to creep down here. I've pulled the paint out and now it's trying to move down here and fill up the void. All right, there we go. Just swooshing them around in the water a little bit. Get out a baggie. I try every morning to sit down and give myself a goal as to what I should get done for my business that day. And I just keep moving photographed products to a different day. It's terrible. There's no reason for that. And since I'm not doing shows this year, well, maybe until the end of the year, but I have a whole container of products that I need to get. You know, they're not going to sell sitting in my container. Need to get them out, get them photographed, get them up on Etsy. All right, so let me get this cleaned up, and then I have two more. I have the two masks. I think I'll do the mask pieces after I'm off because I need to fiddle with the paint. But I'll do my the paper and then my inside of the binder. And I'm going to do the two pieces for the mask in this small tank. I mean, in this small tank, in this big tank, and I will just put paper down like this and keep the paint just in one area. High school boys wrestling and basketball. This is from 2020, this newspaper. I hate looking, this is my husband's hometown newspaper, and I hate looking at it because when they have the homes for sale, I always want one. Iowa, Louisiana, welcome. Welcome to Southwest Idaho. All right, I need my trash can. Let's get this tank cleaned up. So I know that I used, oh, that cleaned up pretty nicely. So now I need to fill that in. I've got one very stiff knee. concrete is it's beginning to say, hello, I'm still here. So I'm going to try to put this so you can have the best view. And I think I'll put a piece right there. There, that'll be perfect. So we will do, I think, these are the colors. And I think I'm going to use the same colors for both the fabric for the inside of my binder, and then I'll clear it, and then I'll do the same colors for the paper. Okay. Now don't forget, Monday I will be live again. I'll put out a Monday morning reminder. Oh, you know what I should do? Changing my mind, my husband. So I'm going to do this. Hi, Ashley. Tell Daddy I'm still live. I'll call him back when I get done here. I should have, I wanted to do this with more color. And now I combed the outside cover, the fabric for that. And thanks, sweetie. And I'm gonna just freestyle for the inside pieces. It froze up on my iPad. Am I good? Am I still alive? My iPad has frozen. It's fine on my phone. Okay, so there's the colors. Oh, he's gonna harass me. Oh, thank you, Angie. I love these colors too. So I'm just gonna freestyle. Thanks, Ashley, for these pieces. Yeah, the phone was ringing. I had no idea it was so late. No idea whatsoever. I get going and just, like I said, I get all hyped up, which is never a good thing when you have to go to bed. Oops. So I just caught it. I know who said that. Okay, I want to bring a little bit more of this into that big gray area. So I caught the tip of this on the bottom, and so I made bubbles. Bubbles are not our friends. I'm just trying to move some of this color through the gray. Got all this beautiful pink out here on the edge. And since this is freestyle, can't believe I've been doing this for almost 2 hours. It feels like it's about 20 minutes. All right. There we go. So now put the fabric down. Go put it in like this. So I used a soft pink and a soft gray and the lighter teal. So let me get the bucket. I think the paper may end up waiting for Monday. So there's one. You can kind of see the gray on that one, I think. There's the other. Swoosh them around a little bit. Let me get the baggie. I'm excited because my binder will be ready to go to work with me on Monday. Okay, let's get this cleaned up. And then I guess the paper is going to wait. So let me dry my hands. Let me turn you around. Hold on. Hi. So that's all for tonight. What do I need to do to stay straight here? There we go. That'll be all for tonight. I'll be live Monday night, maybe 7:15. Look to see what the announcement says. I like that extra 15 minutes. And then I have some fun things to marble, and I'll do the paper with a Spanish wave, or at least I'll attempt it. So have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate each one of you. And remember, if you see someone without a smile, give them one of yours. It doesn't cost you anything, and it just makes you feel wonderful, and it might just make their day. So take care, everyone. I'll see you Monday night. Bye.